And I'm going to get on my mat. I've set my mat up here near a wall, and I encourage you guys to do the same. And we can just start standing, come up to standing on our mats. We could just do some movement, just get the blood flowing, get our bodies just moving a little to start to build some heat. So do some shoulder shrugs. Go the other direction. That feels good. You can put your hands on your shoulders and do some twists. I'm going to take a wider stance and twist a couple of times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Slow down. Release your arms. You could circle your wrists a little bit. You could make a fist and open your hand a couple of times. Send your blood all the way up to your fingertips. Do the same thing for your feet. Circle your ankles and your toes a couple of times on both sides. This is a funny one. If you take kind of a wide stance and you go limp in your wrists, soften your knees a little bit, and you do a hula hoop. You're gonna look ridiculous doing it, but you'll feel it. Do you feel it in your hips? Maybe the hips feel a little creaky or stiff or tight. So we're just kind of hula hooping the hips with soft wrists and soft knees in both directions. Couple more hula hoops. Just getting our circulation going. I keep switching directions, just a little bit in one direction, a little bit in the other. One more time. Good. Come back up to standing, regular style. Take some neck circles, some head circles, a little slower. And when you do it, you can relax your mouth, your jaw, your shoulders, relax your arms. Go twice in each direction, so then switch when you're ready for 2 more. Nice deep breaths. Good. Let your head roll over to one side and reach up with your opposite hand to kind of pull on the side of your head to give yourself a neck stretch. You can reach your arm away from you and flex through the heel of your hand. So your arm extends away from you and you pull your head in the opposite direction. And you might get different stretches by tilting your head down or up or moving that hand a little further behind you. Don't pull too hard, just gentle. Keep breathing through the nose. Good. Release the head over to the other side and give a little gentle pull, reaching through the heel of your hand. In and out through the nose. Feels good. Feel the tension and stress melting away. Good. Come back to center. Make prayer pose at your heart. Interlace your fingers. Thread your fingers together and push the palms out away from you and up over your head. So your hands are interlaced and you're trying to reach up. Lift your chest up. Lift your chin up. But tuck your tailbone down. Pull your navel in. Have that good blueprint posture that we work on so much. Take a breath here. Stretching our upper body, opening up the armpit, shoulder, chest area, the upper back. Good, stay here, but twist to one side, turning from your belly, not your hips. Keep the hips forward and twist from the belly and chest. Twist the other way. Try to square off your hips, but twist your belly and chest. Good, come back to center. Interlace your hands behind your lower back, threading the knuckles together behind your lower back. Pull your knuckles back off of your hips as best as you can and open your chest into a baby back bend. Rather than pulling your knuckles down, you want to pull your knuckles back. So it feels a little more like a shoulder stretch. It shouldn't be pinching your lower back. Breathe into the arms and the shoulders and the chest. Good job. Woo. Shake it out, and we'll begin some sun salutes. Sun salute has the name sun built into it, right? So we get the notion that if we do them, we're going to manifest some of that sun energy, right? Some of that heat, which we need right now. I'm already feeling warm just from doing those stretches. I feel like my circulation is moving. So I'm going to take my hat off and one of my sweatshirts, doubled up on my double sweatshirts, double socks here. It's cold in my house. I'm lucky I do have heat. It's just not cranked all the way up. I'm trying to conserve for the good of humanity, right? Okay, so reach up, begin your sun salute flow, and exhale, bow all the way down. Let's soften our knees, especially on cold days. We might feel a little tight or stiff, so it's good to bend the knees, right? Be generous with yourself. Generously bend the knees. We can afford to be gentle with ourselves, right? Release your head and your neck. You could even shake your head, yes and no. Let the head and the neck go yes and no. Walk both hands over to the right while you're forward folding. See if you feel a different stretch to your legs or hips when you lean over to one side, kind of twisting over to one side. If you can't reach the floor, remember you can have your hands on blocks. Nice deep breath here. Then over to the other side. Good. Back to center. Lift to a flat back, halfway up, and bring your arms like in an airplane position, right by the sides of your hips. So the arms fly back with the palms fanned out. The palms are facing the floor. Lift your shoulders together on your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Stick your hips out behind you and extend your chest forward. Nice flat back position. Take a breath. And then bow over again. Reach up all the way to standing. Hands to the heart. Let's continue. That was a half sun salutation. We're going to continue with that. Another round. Up. Stay reaching up. Put your palms together up over your head so your palms are touching. Lean to one side. So I'm standing up. My palms are together and I'm leaning to one side. Little side stretch, side bend. Lean to the other side. Good. Lean up and take a back bend, just a little baby back bend like you're diving back. Look up and back. And then bow forward all the way down. Again, with bended knee as much as you need to. Release your head. What if you wrap your arms around your legs? You might be able just to reach your hands, or maybe you could even grab your opposite elbows. And bow forward, grabbing your opposite elbows. Nice little deep stretch there for your legs and your back. We're practicing non-attachment, right? We're not attached to how deep we go or however deep someone else is going to go in a pose. We don't have to compare ourselves. We're just approaching ourselves with open-handedness, open-mindedness, right? Just how do I feel today? How's this going to go today? Lift to your flat back with arms flying right by your hips. Extend your chest, extend your hips out back. And then bow. Up all the way. Hands at the heart. Going up. Going down all the way. Going halfway up. Hands on your shins or your ankles or your knees to that traditional flat back position with hands on the legs for support. Extend the chest. And bow over. Back up. And hands to the heart. So one of our focuses today as we build heat is going to be inversions. An inversion is anytime your head is below your heart. So inversions can be a source of warmth to the body because we're promoting circulation when we do them, right? By being upside down, by putting the head below the heart, it can help increase blood flow and build some heat in the body. If it's counterindicated for you, you can modify. If you don't want to be upside down, or if it makes you dizzy, or if you have sinus pressure from allergies or glaucoma, for whatever reason, if you don't want to be upside down and have your head below your heart, just modify, and I'll talk you through it as we go. So reaching up and reaching down. Even this is an inversion, right? We have our head below our heart. So if we needed to, we could stay with our hands on our shins, right? If we didn't want to bow so deeply. But for many of us, we're comfortable here. Let's take another breath and bow a little further, bowing the head below the heart. Then lift to your flat back. You raise your head up above your heart, don't you? Good. Touch the floor and step your right foot back to a lunge on your tippy toe. Extend your chest forward. You can always have your hands on your blocks here in this runner's lunge if you can't reach the floor comfortably. Lift up your back thigh straight and strong, squeezing your muscles to build some heat in the body. The more we use our large muscle groups, use the thighs, the glutes, squeeze the big muscle groups, that'll promote heat in the body as well. Step to plank pose. Hold plank pose for a moment. Tone your abdominal, your midsection, your core. That's going to build some heat there, some fire in the oven. Take a breath. And I'm going to let all the way down, all the way. Point your toes out behind you, and we'll do cobra. So on a chilly day, maybe we're a little stiff, a little tight. We'll start with cobra, and then we'll do upward dog on the second round. Lift your heart up. I'm doing full cobra, but you could be in a baby cobra, right? You could be lower down. You don't have to come as high as me. Keep the elbows bent. Don't lock the arms out, right? Drop your shoulders away from your neck. Take a breath. And press back. Downward dog. Downward dog is an inversion, right? Your head is below your heart. Fan your fingers out. Press your hips to the sky. Extend your arms and your legs as straight as you can. If you need to keep your knees a little bit bent, that's okay. Take a nice deep breath. Then raise your right leg up in the air, but like we learned last week, we want precision in the hip. Drop the right hip down. Square the hips. Then step through to a lunge. Come up on the tips of your fingers. Squeeze the hips like you're pulling your right hip back. If you watched that outer spiral lesson that I recorded last week, that's what I'm referencing. Step up to the front of your mat and bow over. Rise up and reach out. Hands at the heart. Going up. Going down. Coming halfway up. Hands on the ankles or shins or knees. Don't dangle your arms, right? Put them on your shins and support the pose. Then touch the floor and step your left foot back to a lunge. Pausing in your lunge. Extend your chest. Extend your back thigh. Stand in plank pose. And we'll do a push-up this time. If you're up for it, come halfway. And then push into upward dog. Point your toes, come over the tops of the feet. Open up your chest with straight arms, upward dog. The knees float. Good. Downward dog. Take a couple more breaths in downward dog. This is an inversion. It's actually a precursor to a handstand. When you think about it, you're kind of standing in your hands when you're in downward dog. Can you feel that? You're holding some of your weight. You're pushing through the hands and the arms. Lift your left leg to the sky, but drop the hip. Drop the left hip with precision. Good. Step to a lunge. Pausing in your lunge on your fingertips. Step up into a forward bend. And from our forward bend, we're going to drop our knees and rest our body in a child's pose. Child's pose is actually an inversion as well, right? When you think about it, your head is below your heart when you're in child's pose. So another way to modify that one, if you didn't want to be inverting too much today, would be to keep your head up on a block. So you could put a block of any height that you want, low, medium, or high, under your forehead, so that as you're resting in your child's pose, instead of bowing your head below your heart, you would keep your head up on a block, if you need to, right? If you have a migraine headache today, if you have sinus pressure from allergies, high blood pressure, or dizziness, vertigo, right? Those are some of the counterindications for inversions. It's up to you. You know what's best for you, right? So take a couple breaths. Okay, rolling up. Let's keep playing with a few more inversions. I'm going to rotate my mat sideways so that my mat is poking right in to the wall here, okay? And I'm going to take my socks off. So if you are really committed to not doing any inversions, we're not going to be upside down for the whole class, but we are going to spend the next few minutes doing upside down stuff. So if you want to just do some seated poses or some leg stretches instead, you know, you're welcome to modify and do what you need to do. But for the rest of us, I'm going to teach a couple other ways of having our head below our heart, right, of being upside down. So I'll demonstrate. You can watch me first, and then you'll take a turn. This one is called L-shape pose. L-shape pose starts in downward dog. And I've got my feet back at the wall, and my hands are out towards you, towards the middle of the room, right? I'm going to walk my hands back a little so I have a shorter downward dog. Just watch me if you've never done this before. And then I'm going to put my feet on the wall and lift up until my body is in an L shape. My feet don't go super high. That's too high, not up there. Just at hip height. Pushing into the legs to try to straighten them. Pushing into my arms to try to straighten them. That is called L-shape pose, okay? You try it. It's a lot like downward dog, except your feet are up on the wall instead of on the floor, right? So it's in that same family of down dog, kind of handstand prep. You're standing in your hands, but your feet are on the wall, okay? Let's try it. Come into downward dog. Your feet should be back there at the wall, wherever you are. Walk your hands in a little. Make it a shorter downward dog. Then put your feet up on the wall and push into your feet until you straighten the legs. Don't forget to breathe. And then come down. Let's just sit back, kneeling. If kneeling is uncomfortable, of course you could sit cross-legged or any other way that you need to. Take a deep breath. Notice if inversions are being effective at building some heat, right? Is this working? On a cold day, does doing inversions build your heat? For me, it's yes. I definitely feel it building heat for me. And that's good. That's just what we needed. All right, let's do it one more time. L-shaped pose. If we're up for it, this will be the last time for L-shaped pose. Come into downward facing dog. Walk your hands in a little bit. And walk your feet up the wall. Press into your arms, press into your legs. If you want to raise one leg in the air, you can. You don't have to. If you can raise the other leg, just one leg at a time, you can. And then come down and rest. And you can shake your arms out a little. We're not used to standing on our hands, are we? We usually stand on our feet. So inversions kind of flip our whole world upside down. And that's another thing that inversions are good for, is just a change of perspective, getting us out of our comfort zone, even challenging ourselves to do something we don't normally do, or even do something that we didn't believe we could do. Yeah? So there's a lot of reasons to play with inversions or to try them, even if we're not going to maybe 100% succeed at them. Yeah? So L-shaped pose is the precursor to a full handstand. I mean, we were basically just standing on our hands right there, right? So a full handstand would look like this. I'll demonstrate, and those of us that are feeling courageous can try a full handstand, and if you don't want to, you could go back to doing L-shaped pose, or again, just modify for a few moments, take a child's pose, whatever you want until we're done. So it'll just be a few moments of doing handstand. Okay, so in handstand, I'm going to turn around. Now I'm going to do down dog with my hands near the wall and my feet away from the wall. So I want my hands 3 to 5 inches from the wall. I don't want to put my hands touching the wall. That's going to be too close. Your head and your hips need room. So take your hands 3 to 5 inches from the wall. You can just watch me if you've never done it before, okay? I'm going to lift up into downward dog. Usually in down dog, we look at our feet, right? But I'm going to look up at my hands. Look up at your hands. Walk your feet in a little for a shorter down dog. Raise one leg and try jumping. So this might be you. If you've never done it, just practice jumping. As you get confident, you're going to jump higher and get to the wall in a full handstand, okay? That's the practice. I made it look easy, but it takes a lot of oomph. It takes a lot of heat and strength and enthusiasm to really get up there. So now it's your turn. Put your hands on the floor about 3 to 5 inches from the wall. Where you look really makes a difference. So normally in down dog, you'd look at your feet, but right now I want you to look up at your hands. Walk your feet up a little. I'm going to raise my second leg, the other side, and try jumping a few times. And if you get confident, jump higher. Jump all the way up. Good work. And then come sitting down again. Whew. Chill out for a moment. Catch your breath. Right? So I do field that question a lot from students. Why inversions? Why do yoga people do headstand or handstand? So now we're beginning to feel why. Like, oh, it's an aerobic activity, right? This is aerobic endurance. It builds heat. It's breath control to get up there and breathe, right? It's also building confidence. It's an act of courage and bravery to do this stuff. It's also a form of meditation. Notice how your mind is really focused on what you're doing, and your mind is undistracted by other stuff. When I'm in handstand, I'm not thinking about work or family life or school projects, right? I'm like focused into what I'm doing. And that's another sweet side effect, is just the meditation of it. So last time, handstand practice, if you're up for it, I'll give you a couple more tips. One tip is to blow your breath. When you're trying to get up there on that biggest part of your jump, blow like through your lips. That blowing can help you get up there more. It accesses some of your core strength. And the other thing is not to jump too many times. So if you're struggling, just jump 3 to 5 times and consider that your practice. You don't need to jump 20 times to exhaust yourself or to bother your wrists, right? Just 3 good jumps ought to be enough. Either you're going to get up or you're not. You don't need to do 30, okay? So just one more effort. Ready? Downward dog. I'm going to do the blowing breath. So look up at your hands. Walk your feet up a little. Raise one leg and blow out when you jump. Blow through the lips. Blow out through the mouth. Try to get up there. Both legs up if you can. If you can stay up there, hold it for a moment. Good work. And then come down again and rest. Let's put our hands in our lap, close the eyes, and just feel a little bit of that meditation we were talking about. See if your mind is a little more quiet and focused after doing the inversion. And then open the eyes. For me, it's really a marked difference. After I do the inversion, when I try to sit and just meditate and breathe, my mind is a lot more readily quiet. And that's a really beautiful thing, to be undistracted by our thoughts, even just for a little moment after we do inversions. The next pose, headstand, is actually considered a pose of meditation in itself while you're doing it. Because it focuses your mind so much, it's considered a pose of meditation. So let me teach you about headstand. Again, if you don't want to be doing inversions, if you have a counterindication, you might be sitting and doing some leg stretches for a few moments while we're doing headstand. It's okay to skip headstand if it doesn't feel right for you, but I am going to teach it for the rest of us that are able to do it, okay? So for headstand, we're interlacing our fingers. We thread the fingers together, and we put our fingers and elbows on the ground. So your arms kind of make the shape of a triangle. Don't open your elbows too much. Close them up like a little triangle. Just shoulder distance are your elbows, okay? Hands are interlaced. Then you put the very top of your head on the ground. So not your forehead and not the back of your head. You can watch me do it if you've never done this before. Before doing it, just watch me. So you'll have your hands interlaced and you put your head on the ground. It's like your head is being held by your hands, kind of like you're ducking and covering. So I've wrapped my arms around the back of my head. So my hands are on the ground, I put my head down, and I wrap my arms around the head. Then lift up to down dog. So everybody come join me and do this together. This is called headstand prep. This is the preparation for headstand. This is as far as we're going to go for a moment. Take a breath, and then come down. So if that's all you want to do today, that's a great place to just try headstand. And your head might even feel a little sensitive. You know, you feel some pressure there. That's okay. So that would be one way to kind of dip your toe into headstand. If you're ready to do the full headstand, I'm going to turn towards the wall again, just like our handstand. We're going to do headstand near the wall. So I'm going to interlace my fingers, put them on the floor near the wall. I'm going to show you, though, how I do it. So I'm not wrapping my arms around my head like this. You see? It's not flat on my head. I kind of prop my pad of the thumb on the head. Can you see that? So I'm like this, I'm like squeezing my head in place. And that's what gives me the strength, because really I want to be standing on my arm more and not just dumping onto my head, which might feel sensitive or uncomfortable. So I want to push into that pad of the side of the hand. Let's try. Interlace your hands. Put your head on the ground near the wall. Lift up to down dog. This is headstand prep, or raise one leg and jump up there like we did. You want to jump a little more gently than a handstand. In headstand, you want to be gentle on your head and your neck. See if you can get up. Give it 3 to 5 efforts. Don't try it too long. If it's hurting your head, come down. And then when you're ready, we can come down all together and rest for a moment. So that was headstand. And we can build up to that and do that again in future classes. For today, I think that's enough. I definitely built some heat just in doing that little amount of a headstand. Let's go ahead and come into one last inversion. This is a more restful pose. And this one I would recommend for everyone. Even if you felt like you didn't want to go properly upside down today, this is a really gentle way of being technically in an inversion, but it's a gentle one. So we're going to do legs up the wall. Okay, you lay down on your back and you swing your legs up the wall. If you have some of those counterindications, like I mentioned, a migraine or glaucoma or high blood pressure, you could tuck your block under your head to keep your head a little bit elevated, so your head is above your heart, right? But for the rest of us, we'll just rest our head on the floor and this should feel great. So you technically would want your hips right at the wall. So your legs are going right up the wall in legs up the wall pose. But you also want your back flat on the floor. So for those of us that are a little bit more tight, if you have tight hamstrings or a tight back, and you feel your back is kind of lifting up off the floor because you're a little tight, scoot away from the wall. Scoot back a little until your back can really lay flat. You want your whole flat back. My thighs are relaxed. I'm not flexing my legs to be here. So if you're really flexing your legs to exert effort here, scoot back a little until your legs can relax. So the wall is just holding your legs up for you instead of you having to squeeze your muscles, right? Just stretching out while I'm here. Oh, feels good. In the language of yoga, in Sanskrit, this pose is called inverted lake pose. Inverted lake. So it's like a waterfall. You can kind of just imagine, your energy or your, the flow of fluids in the body is flowing downwards like a waterfall. And in fact, this pose is really good for relieving swelling of your feet, ankles, and knees. If you have inflammation or injury where your feet are swollen or your ankles are swollen or your knees, this putting the legs up the wall here will reduce the swelling because of that inverted lake action, right? Just flowing with gravity, elevating our legs like this relieves a lot of that swelling. This is also a great pose for your lower back. So let's treat it like Shavasana. Stay here a while, just close your eyes. I'm going to get quiet and we'll just stay in legs up the wall. Another way to rest in legs up the wall is by shifting the feet towards butterfly pose. So we'll let our feet come together and the knees open up kind of like a diamond shape butterfly pose. And it can be really floppy. It's passive, it's casual. So the feet don't have to be sealed together perfectly. Just let the feet go down with gravity. So for me, my heels are separate. That's fine, just casual. Let the hips and the legs relax. Let your arms and your shoulders relax. Relax your jaw and your belly. And again, treat this pose like Shavasana. Just close your eyes and get still and quiet and just stay for a few more breaths. This is a great one to release your back. If you have a tight back or an achy back, you could do this at the end of the day. You could even do this in bed with your feet on your headboard. Do this before bedtime, going to sleep, or do it midday if your back is aching from sitting in your chair, stooping over your computer. Lay down for a minute and do a little legs up the wall or butterfly on the wall. And then we'll walk our feet, walk our tiptoes, put the knees over to one side. So we're coming into a twist. Something that I see people do incorrectly sometimes is they'll leave their feet on the wall and they just drop their knees. This is incorrect. This is not the pose. You need to move your feet. Walk your feet over to the side until your feet go down to the side and your knees come down. Open the arms and turn your head away from your legs in a simple little bent knee twist. This is another good release and a stretch for your back. Good. Tiptoe your feet up and over to the other side, the other twist. Bring your feet all the way down to the baseboard of the wall, all the way down, and then open your arms and turn your head the other way. I've got my eyes closed. When I'm resting here, I'm really resting. Treat it like Shavasana. Imagine this is just a resting pose. Relax your hips, your thighs, your ankles. Breathe into your lower back. Breathe into your upper back. Good. Keep your knees over here to one side. Roll over onto your side. We're coming away from the wall now. I'm just going to lay on my back off of the wall here for one more little good stretch for our back and our hips. This one's called happy baby pose. Just laying on your back. You bend your knees up to your chest and grab your feet with either hand. So you want to open your feet as wide as your knees. That way your knees are bent about 90 degrees angle. And you pull down on the feet using your hands to pull down. You should get an inner thigh stretch, a hip stretch, and also press your back down into the floor. That'll help relieve any back pain. If you've got lower back pain, this is a great pose. You could rock side to side, kind of rock and roll a little. That feels good too. Keep breathing. Slow and steady. Or just stay in the center and don't rock and roll and just get that happy baby stretch. Stretch to your inner thighs, hips, and relief of any back tightness. Good. You can put your feet down on the floor with bent knees. Drop your knees side to side like windshield wipers. The knees go right, the knees go left. We're going to come into Shavasana, down on the ground again. And if you are chilly, grab a blanket, lay a blanket over you, or I'm going to put my socks and my sweatshirt back on, whatever you need to do to get cozy before we take our last pose of the day, which is Shavasana. So in Shavasana, if you're already there, you're just going to lay on your back. Extend your legs and your arms in Shavasana. Once you're all cozy and you've got your legs and arms stretched out and you're on the ground, close your eyes. I want you to feel the effects of our inversion practice today. Inversions are so powerful. It's really powerful being upside down. It's so powerful that it's not only working while we were doing the inversions, there's actually an after effect. And that's what I want you to feel now as you rest. What is the after effect of inversions? How did it make you feel now that you're done? Maybe it was scary to do them, or frustrating, or hard work, but now that we're done and we're just resting, what is the after effect of an inversion practice? Do you feel calmer, maybe quieter in the mind, maybe peaceful? Do you feel your circulation, your heart rate, your breath? Just get real quiet and notice anything that's going on. And then let's take a deeper breath. Roll over to one side, rest on your side, and put your head on your arm like you're in a little fetal position on your side. If Shavasana ever bothers your back, if it kind of feels tight or achy in your back to just lay flat on your back, you can always do Shavasana like this. You could just lay on your side the whole time, and that would be okay too. Push yourself gently up to sitting, cross-legged. And we'll put our prayer pose at our heart. I'm so glad you could join me. I hope that you have heat and water and food. I hope you all are doing well and are safe and know that there are resources. We can get you what you need. If you need help, reach out anytime. We'll bow our head. Namaste.